If you're in a service-based business and you have a contact form on your website and your team is still taking hours to reply to those who submit contact forms on your website, you are losing 70% of your leads. And most owners have no idea it's happening. That's not a sales problem. It's not a marketing problem. It's a response time problem. And I just built one automation that fixes it permanently. In the first 45 days after we delivered this system to a marketing agency in Miami, this one system signed them 15 new clients, generated over $50,000 in revenue, and dropped their response time from 24 hours all the way down to 10 seconds. Same website, same offers, same ad spend. They just stopped losing leads. Now, there is something this system did that even caught me off guard. And it wasn't the revenue, it wasn't the 15 clients, it was something else entirely. I will come back to that at the end of the video. There is also one node in this WH entire workflow that I almost didn't build. Honestly, thought it was overkill at first. Turned out to be the most important piece of the entire system, the thing that made all of this actually work. And I will point it out when we get to the demo. Okay, and stick till the end of the video, and I'm giving away the full template of this exact system. It's worth $2,500, and I will show you exactly how to grab it for free at the end. So if you've got a contact form on your website, this is the exact problem that's quietly costing you money right now. Let me show you what's actually happening. Before we get into the actual video, let me introduce myself. My name is Dilip, and I help businesses build smart AI automation systems that cut costs, save time, and make operations a lot more efficient. Over the last 3 years, I have worked with more than 240 businesses across different industries, helping them remove manual work and replace it with AI-powered systems. At this point, I have seen what actually works, what fails, and where most businesses lose time and money when they keep doing things manually. Across the clients I have worked with, these systems have helped save more than $2 million in labor costs, not as an estimate, but in actual hours the team no longer had to spend on repetitive work. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how this client support and onboarding system works, what it did for this agency in 45 days, and how you can build the same thing for your business. So let me tell you about the owner of this agency before I give you a full walkthrough of this system. He runs a full-service marketing agency in Miami. He has a good team, and they have good clients. They're running 2 paid campaigns every single month to drive traffic to their website so they can sell their services. The website's clean, the offer's clear. There is a contact form right there on the homepage. And every month, leads are coming in. They're getting good traffic on their website. People are filling out that form. They are showing interest in their services. Some of them want pricing. Some want to know what services they offer. Some are existing clients who need help with marketing services. And some are ready to hand over money. They want to talk today about hiring this agency, but here's what was actually happening on the back end. That contact form would land in the team inbox. Sometimes nobody would see it for hours. Sometimes the full day would go by before someone opened it. And in the meantime, that lead is sitting there getting cold, comparing the agency to the next 3 options on Google. The owner kept telling himself that something every business owner tells themselves when this is happening. We just need more leads. But that wasn't the actual problem. The problem was that the leads were already there. They were getting good leads. They were filling out their forms, showing interest in their services. They were raising their hand, and by the time the team got back to them, they had already moved on. That's what was happening day to day. Hot interest going cold, while the team was busy doing actual client work. But the bigger thing is what was compounding underneath it. Every month, more form submissions, more leads were sleeping, more money getting spent on ads that were technically working. They brought the leads in, but the agency couldn't catch them on the other end. And the worst part, it was capping how big the agency could grow. They couldn't pour more money into ads because more leads just meant more leads getting lost. Their growth was tied to a contact form they couldn't keep up with. And here's the thing about this kind of problem. Most owners don't see it. They look at their pipeline, they see closed deals and lost deals. They never see the leads that disappeared in the inbox before anyone got a chance to talk to them. So let me show you what this is actually costing across every business doing it manually right now. $100,000 a business spends on lead generation, 70,000 of it's wasted. That's not because the ads don't work. That's not because the leads aren't real. It's because 70% of those leads never contacted, right? They submit a form, the clock starts, and by the time someone reaches out, the lead's already gone. The average B2B company takes over 47 hours and sometimes 48 hours to respond to a new lead. 47. And only 23% of companies even respond within 5 minutes, which means most businesses are losing the deal before they even know it existed. So, what does that actually look like inside an agency? Day to day? Let me walk you through it. Tuesday, 2:14 p.m. Someone fills out the contact form on the agency's website. That form lands in the team's shared inbox, the one nobody really looks often. Account manager checks email at the end of the day, misses it. Wednesday morning, 9:30, somebody finally opens it. They read the message. They don't know who should respond. They drop it in Slack. Hey, who's handling this one? A reply gets sent by 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. But that lead, they didn't wait. They submitted forms on 3 other competitors' websites on Tuesday, too. By the time the team replied, they had already booked a call with someone else who responded to them faster. One lead, one day lost, multiplied by every form that comes in, every week, every month, right? That's the core cost that you can see what it is costing. And here is the real cost. An average agency gets around 30 form submissions. Every single month, 70% of those never get a proper response in time. That's 21 leads disappearing every single month, if even 30% of those leads would have closed. At the agency's average client value, that's $22,000 a month, walking out the door quietly, invisibly, and in the team time. 5 hours a week of staff just sitting in the inbox, triaging forms. That's another $800 a month in payroll going to a job a smart system should be doing. Stack it up over a year, that's over $264,000 a year in lost revenue and wasted hours. It's a problem most owners don't even realize they have. And here is where this whole thing actually breaks. First, your hottest leads, the ones ready to buy today, they go straight to a competitor. They didn't wait, they submitted 3 forms on 3 different sites because they need a solution and they need faster replies to solve the problems they're facing. Whoever replied first won the deal. Second, every lead gets the same generic reply. The person asking about pricing gets the same email as the person asking for support, which means the buyer feels like a number and the support request gets ignored. Third, your team is drowning in inbox triage instead of running campaigns for the clients you actually have. You're paying account managers to do data entry. And fourth, and the biggest issue here, is that there is no data trail. The leads come in, the lead left, no CRM record, no follow up, no visibility. It's like the conversation never happened. And the grid ceiling. This is the part most agency owners miss. When you handle leads manually, every new lead costs you more. More inbox time, more account manager time, more chasing. So when you try to scale your ad spend, your costs scale right alongside. When you automate it, the cost stays flat. 30 leads, 300 leads, 3,000 leads, same workflow, same cost, zero added headcount. With smart automations, that's the difference between an agency that hits a ceiling and one that doesn't. So there's the problem. There's what it's really costing. Now, let me show you the system I actually built that fixes all of this in 10 seconds every single time. So now is the time. Let me open my Nadate workspace and I'm going to give you the full walkthrough of the system that I built. So stick with the video. All right. So right now I'm inside my Net 8 workflow, and here you can see a full workflow. This is the actual workflow I built and delivered for the agency, the same system that's running in production right now. This is the whole thing. It looks like a lot, but I'll walk you through every piece in plain English, no jargon and no technical language. And by the end of this video, you will fully understand how this system actually works and what the processes and benefits of the system are. So, I built this system in two separate workspaces. One is what you see here, the contact form data. Whenever someone submits a contact form on my website, that data lands in this workflow via a webhook node. This workflow receives data through the webhook, and I've connected my website's backend to this workflow using that webhook node. If you don't know what a webhook node is, well, a webhook node, you can think of it basically like a receiver. And whenever you're making an API call from one platform to another, there are usually two options. One is using an HTTP node in N8N, and the other is using a webhook node. Sometimes there are native nodes in NATE. But for our use case, since my website uses a platform, it's just a website. The only remaining option to get data from my website into this workflow is through a webhook node. That's why I'm using a webhook node as the trigger. So whenever someone submits a form on our website, the data lands in this workflow through this webhook node. And that data looks like this. As you can see, there's a lot of data, but the useful part is what the user submits in our contact form. This is the contact form on my website. So you can see all the fields here like first name, last name, phone number, email, region, message, and so on. So whenever someone submits all this information and clicks on this button, their data goes straight to this webhook node. That data looks like this under the body parameter, like first name, last name, email, phone, country code, phone number, the reason they contacted us, the message they typed in this message box, and other info like when they submitted the form, their time zone, source code, and other things, right? So this is the first workflow. This workflow basically receives the data, and its main goal is to receive and then verify that data to ensure the user has submitted real, valid information. Sometimes it happens that a user submits fake details just to contact us because they don't want to share or provide their actual email address. So in that case, we have an email verifier here. This node is the million verifier node that verifies an email address. And if that email address is verified, the data goes straight to the next node. The reason I'm using this node here is that we don't want to waste our time on leads who aren't interested and have submitted a fake email address or maybe a temporary email address. That's why I'm using this node right here. And then we have the abstract validation node. This node basically validates the phone number they submitted because later on, we have AI agents, an AI voice assistant that can contact that person at the phone number they submitted in this form box. So that's why I'm using it here to check if they submitted a real phone number. And then we store the lead's data in our CRM. I'm using Airtable as a CRM, but you can use any other CRM like HubSpot, Zoho CRM, Pipedrive, or go high level. I like Airtable because I'm familiar with it and it's easy to use. So I prefer using Airtable here. So this entire workflow basically receives data and stores it in our CRM. After storing the data, this workflow calls another workflow, a sub workflow I built, and this is it. This workflow's main job is to receive the details of that lead through this node, this node connection. This node sends all the user data to this second sub workflow, and this workflow receives the data through this node called when executed by another workflow. So here, if you look, if I show you like this, you can see the full data of the person who submitted the form, like their name, email, and other info. And what we're doing here, basically, is first of all, analyzing their intent. I'm using an AI node here, an OpenAI node, and I'm using the GPT 4.1 mini model. And basically, this node is analyzing the intent, We've provided all the details the user submitted in the form, and this node analyzes the intent, like why they contacted us, what's the reason, right? We need to figure out the reason. Otherwise, there's no way to address their issue in the email we'll send. So, first, we have to understand why they contacted us. And after analyzing the intent, we send an acknowledgement email. This email says, "Hey, we've received your information and someone from our team will contact you soon." So, this is an acknowledgement email that another OpenAI node generates. And after that, I use an AI agent node here. And this AI agent node is basically writing an actual email to that prospect. And that email is the actual email that we are writing to address their issue. Like, if they are showing interest in our services, or maybe they need help, they need support, maybe they need information, like what services we provide, who do we help, what are our processes, what are our pricings, every other information. This agent has full context about us and how this agent has full context. You might be thinking. So, for that particular reason, I'm using Supabase right here. Supabase Vector Database through RAG, and this node has access to my database. Using this node, it can access all the information like I have uploaded my company documents in Supabase and connected my Supabase database through this tool. It says, as you can see, Supabase Vector Store. And this agent has basically all the information, and this agent is grabbing information from my Supabase and writing a personalized email to the prospect, an actual email. And right after that, we are sending emails. And after sending the email, we are creating a message, a Slack message, and sending to my team the message. We are sending a summary of the person who has contacted us to our Slack channel so my team can be notified. Like, hey, we received a new contact form submission from this person. And this was their actual message and other things. So after sending a Slack message, my team will be notified and we will take next actions. So now comes the most interesting part that I think you have been waiting for. And now let me actually test this workflow live so you can understand how this workflow really works. Let's visit my website. I'm currently on my website and basically on contact form, contact us page. We have a contact form that you can clearly see here and here. I'm going to submit, pretend as a visitor or as a lead, and I'm going to fill this entire form. And let's see how this system and this onboarding and customer support automation system really works. And so let's go and let me submit the information. So I'm pretending as Alex, and let's say Gray, for example, and the name, and I'm from like United States. Okay, let me add. There are all the countries you can select, and let's go and add information like and 901579. Well, I'm making a mistake here. I'm adding temporary phone numbers, but let me add my actual phone numbers. Because if I don't add actual phone numbers, then the workflow will reject it because we have validation nodes there. So let me add my actual numbers and then add my email address right here. So what I'll do now is add my email address right here, and then I'll go ahead and write that message just like I normally would, making sure everything is filled out correctly. Gmail.com. Okay, I think it's right. Yeah, it's ready. And there are reasons we can select any reason, like why we want to contact them. So let's select this reason. Discuss new project or automation needs. So when I will select this reason, then we have other details that I have to fill out in order to contact the Thousgrow team. So I have to submit all these details, like my company name is ABC Corp, just to give you an example. Okay, and my company website is www.abccorp.com. Okay, and my role is, let's say, CEO. And annual revenue, we can add this one. And my budget, I can add this one. And my company size is like 11 to 50. And I will write a message here. And I will write a message that, hey, Faust Grow team, I run a marketing agency in Boston, and I'm looking to implement AI automation systems in my business. And I think you guys can help me. Let's wait. It's working. Let right. Yeah, what it says, hello, Faust Grow team. I run a marketing agency in Boston. Yeah, I want to know how you can help me. Okay, so I have added this message here, and basically, I am asking the team how they can help me. And I have added all the information that I need. And let me send the message. And when I click send message, I got a message here. Thank you, Alex. Your message has been received. Someone from the Faust Growth support team will contact you soon. Okay, so this is just a notification from the website. And if we go here and if we see here in executions tab, then you will see that this workflow is running right here. It's running at the time. And if we go to this sub workflow, then you will notice that it is working as well. Okay, so both workflows are running. That means the system, my website system, has sent all the data here and it's running now. Okay, so now let me open my email and I will show you. Let me see if it's a success or not. And yeah, it will take a bit of time. Like it takes around 1 minute to contact new leads instead of hours. And 12 or 24 hours, it just takes 1 to 1.5 minutes to contact new leads. Okay, so it is running. You can see it's still running. The agent is currently doing its job, so we just have to wait for a little bit longer. Yeah, and right now you can see it succeeded, right? And here we will go here, then you will see, yeah, succeeded. That means the system has contacted a new lead. Within 1 minute, you can see the time here. So now, and this system has received the data. And if I show you, then if I click here and go down, then you can see. And the data that my website backend system has sent to this webhook node, it says and the full name data that we submitted in the form, my name, first name, last name, email, phone numbers, country, reason, as project because we selected a new project, discussion about a new project. And that's why the reason is project. And the company name and the other data that we have submitted here, everything is here. And this workflow ran and it checked the email and the email was valid. It says good, right? And right after here it has validated my numbers, and you can see the system has validated the phone numbers and the phone numbers from Verizon Wireless and Landline. These numbers are valid, and it has added the leads data in my CRM. So, first of all, let me show you the leads data in my CRM. So, let me open my Airtable base to show you the leads data that it has automatically stored. Okay, so right now I am inside my Airtable base, and this is the base where I store my website's leads. This is just for example. And here you can see the new leads data has been stored. You can see Alex Dre, their email address, their phone numbers, their reason, their company name, their website, and the revenue message that they submitted while filling out the form, and the date when the message was submitted. And now the next interesting part is to see if this system has actually contacted the lead. That means the email we submitted or not. So let me open my email address, my Gmail account, and let's see if it is contacted or not. So let me open it. Okay, so right now, as you can see, I'm inside my Gmail account and it has really contacted me. We got two emails here, one at 11:58 p.m. and another one is at 11:58 page M. But with it and the time gap was around like 20 to 25 seconds between both emails. The first email was, as I said, always, we send an acknowledgement email. And this email says, hi, Alex. thanks for getting in touch with us. We understand you're exploring AI automation options for your agency. Our team will review your message and someone will follow up with you soon. Best regards. So, this one is the acknowledgement email that we always send to notify the user instantly, like, hey, we have received your details and someone will contact you soon. And the next email is an actual email that the system generated by analyzing the user's data, like their message, their intent. This is a personalized email. So it says the subject is Alex, quick call to explore AI automation for ABC Corp, right? So the message subject is personalized. That's the number one thing that you can do. And if you are writing personalized email subject lines, then there are high chances that the email will always land in the inbox and the person will read the email. Okay, and here is the actual body of the email. It says, hey, Alex, thanks for reaching out. And for the note about ABC Corp, I appreciate you sharing that you run a marketing agency in Boston and are looking to remove manual tasks with AI. So this is a personalized line. This is to make the prospect or the person or the lead feel that, hey, we have actually received your data, we have analyzed your data, and we have read your data. We took time to read your data. This is not just a random email, this is a personalized email. It's creating connections, it's increasing chances to close this lead, to book a meeting with this lead. That's the reason the first line is always a personalized line. And the next paragraph says, from what you described, the right options are usually things like lead qualification, routing and routing automations, and website chatbots for 24/7 capture. These are just the services that we provide because the system, we have tested it in our context, in my agency context. Then so these systems are just for the system that we sell or the services we provide. But if you are a marketing agency, we can, modify it according to your data, according to your services or things that you do. It can it is easily changeable. And the next part says if that sounds useful, a short 30-minute call will help us pinpoint the highest impact opportunities for your agency. Before or during the call, it helps to know team size, the main tools you use, and the top 1 to 2 processes that eat the most time. You can pick a call time here. So AI has analyzed the intent and it came out and reasoning step that, hey, this person has contacted us and their intent seems like they need our services. They are showing interest in our services. So let's offer them to book a 30-minute discovery call with us. So, based on that intent, it has sent this Calendly link, cal.com link. And if we click on this link, like if a user really wants to book a meeting with us, then they can book a meeting with us, right? And that says, on the call, we will review your goals, prioritize with prioritize with automation to start with, and outline next steps and rough timelines. Looking forward to talking. Thanks again for reaching out. So this is the personalized email that the system sent us. Now you can see how many new leads you will get when you have systems like this, right? In your tech stack, these types of systems are really going to help you a lot to get new inbound leads just through your website visitors. If you have good website visitor numbers every month on your website, then you are going to get good leads, good inbound leads without spending a single dollar, a single cent, okay? And the next part is I'm going to show you the actual Slack notification that I got. So here is the Slack notification that automation system has sent to me and my team. We all have access to this Slack account and we all are notified at the same time. So it says that new contact form inquiry, potential client, right? This is analyze the intent because A already had full access to that data. So it says potential client because they showed interest in our services. And it says lead name, Alex Gray. He's a CEO. Their email is this one. Their phone number is this one. They're from the United States. Their company is ABC Corp. Here's their website, and it says they run a marketing agency in Boston. Of course, it is briefing us. It is briefing me and my team about the prospect that we received. Selected vision project, and like this is the region they selected. Detected intent, consultation. They need consultation, right? And inquiry summary, wants guidance, and other data you can see. And here are notes from me and my team, like urgency, medium, lead type, sales, commercial value, medium. And you can see the full summary here, right? Right. And you can use Slack to get summaries. You can use WhatsApp. You can use your emails. And you can use Telegram. You can use any other tool that's possible. It's 100% possible. So now I hope you understand how this system actually works. And systems like this can really help you to get inbound leads from your website. And it is going to increase the chances of getting good leads, right? So this was the full system walkthrough, the live walkthrough that I gave you. I hope you got value from this workflow. And this workflow was built for that agency, and the results were surprising for me that this system delivered to my client. And systems like this can be built for any type of business, whether it's a local business, whether it's a online business like an agency, real estate agencies, and B2B companies that have a contact form on their website. So these systems are very, very useful and powerful. They can work 24/7 while you are sleeping. And all you have to do is build and install this type of system once, and they are going to work 24/7 for you without a single error. I haven't seen any error since I've been using this system. I have been using this system for myself for over 6 months and also for my clients. I've built over 10 to 15 contact lead automation systems for my clients, and the results were always great. Results does this system actually deliver to that agency client? And here is the before and after comparison and the results that this system actually delivered to that client. Like before we built this system for that client, the response time to new leads, those who were submitting, the forms on their website was 12 to 24 hours. It was taking them to almost 12 hours on average to contact new leads. But after we built this system, the response time dropped significantly from hours to just 10 seconds. The system, as receiving the new leads, it was contacting them and sending them personalized messages and tracking those messages, sending follow-up messages. Within seconds, the time dropped from hours to seconds, and that manual reply quality was generic copy paste. They were just sending random emails to random people when they were having a lot of messages. By the time they say, like within 12 hours, over 100 people have contacted them, and now they have to contact all those 100 people. So what they will do, they will just copy paste templates and send templated emails, not personalized email. But with this system, the system as now the system is handling all leads instantly. So this system is sending personalized emails, on-brand emails to each lead. And each lead is feeling like, yes, these people analyzed my message and they are addressing my issue. And the message, the email that they sent resonates with me. And before this system, the lead tracking was shared inbox. All people and leads they were contacting them were just going on in their inbox. But now with this system is tracking each lead. It is storing leads in Airtable and sending those leads, data, and summaries in Slack, as I have showed you recently. And now there is no hot buyers, those who are reaching to competitors, just because they didn't have a system that is handling new leads. And now they have hot buyers that were booking meetings with them. Those who are showing interest, they are booking meetings with them. The system is contacting them, and those who need support, the system is also providing them support. And now the team is completely focused in meaningful work. Previously, they were drowning in triage, they were chasing leads, but now they don't need to chase any leads. And then now team is fully focused, and they are fully focused on closing deals, not chasing any lead, any cold lead, because the system is handling everything. And here is what this system actually delivered after 45 days. And since this is the actual period for, measuring a system's ROI, which is standard in the AI automation industry. So 45 days after we launched this system, here is what this system delivered to that client. Over 500 leads were contacted instantly. This system contacted over 500 leads instantly within that 45-day period. And As I said, their response times significantly dropped from hours or 12 hours on average to 10 seconds. The system actually helped the agency close 15 new clients. And combined with those 15 new clients, the agency made over $50,000 plus. This system helped them sign 15 clients and they generated over $50,000. And the team is actually saving over 20 hours per week of manual work by eliminating that manual work through the system. Now, their entire lead handling process is fully automated. So on average, they're saving 20 hours per week. Now, can you imagine how much time that is? If you are saving even half of this time, like 10 hours per week, you can do much more meaningful work with that time. And beyond the numbers, what else has shifted? For that agency, the revenue is just the headline, but underneath the headline, 5 structural shifts happened that will compound for years. That is what turns a 45-day result into a permanent competitive advantage, right? So now, as you can see, the system is helping them too. Log and store every lead in their CRM, and they can contact these leads anytime they want. They can enrich these leads. They can send personalized messages to these leads anytime they want. And they have full visibility on their Slack. The owner and the teams are all getting summaries on their Slack channels, so they don't need to check 10 tools like their inboxes or CRM. They just need to check their Slack. And whenever a person submits a contact form, the system directly contacts them within seconds. And it is, sending summaries on Slack for the team and owner to see. And people are booking meetings automatically. The system is sending them emails to those who are interested in those services. So this is the system that fully changed that agency's lead handling. And it is really a game changer for that particular agency. And these types of systems are scalable forever. These are scalable by the time you grow your company, grow your team size, grow. The traditional agency type is, every agency hits the same wall. You grow traffic, leads increase, and suddenly you need more headcounts just to keep up with the volume. The cost of growth is more people. You need to add more people to do more work, to handle more tasks, to handle 10, 20 different manual tasks, repetitive tasks. But the result is narrow. Result is not that big. The margin is also compressed as you are increasing headcounts in your company. But when you are installing agentic AI, agentic systems in your process, in your company, in your, business, then the systems don't care about volume. And this type of system, these agentic systems can handle maybe 3, maybe 100, maybe 300, maybe 3,000, maybe 30,000 leads at once. These systems are capable to handle bulk leads and bulk volume at once. So there is no problem about how many leads it can handle. It can handle bulk leads at the same time, and it can send personalized reports, personalized emails, personalized, Slack summaries to teams all at once. So it handles bulk leads and grows. And the growth this system brings is infinite. It becomes a pure profit of it. And this is the real operating system for modern businesses, for modern agencies. Every B2B service business needs a marketing agency is sitting on unrealized revenue. Leads that came in didn't get a fast enough reply because they don't have systems that can handle leads instantly and quickly choose someone else. They have no choice but to pick another one, your competitor, because they have better systems, they have better lead handling systems, better support systems. That's the reason they choose them over you. And the system doesn't generate more leads. It captures the ones you are already paying for. The agency that wins and is going to win in the next decade won't be the ones with the best offers or the most traffic or best services. They will be the ones whose infrastructure, whose systems respond faster, store every lead's data for future use cases, and book intended leads on their calendar and move ahead in the process of closing the deal and providing the service they are providing. This is no longer a competitive advantage or edge, it's quickly becoming the baseline. The question is whether your agency installs it first or reacts after your competitor does. That's what you should really care about. Whether you let your competitor install these systems, grow, and outperform you, or whether you install these systems and outperform your competitor. So, this totally depends on you, and the answer is within you. You have to give that answer to yourself. Now, at the start of this video, I told you something about this system caught me off guard, something that wasn't the revenue and wasn't the 15 clients. Here's what it was. 45 days in, I got on a call with the owner, and I asked him the question I always ask. What's the biggest thing that's changed for you? I expected him to say the money or the time saved or the new clients. He said none of that. He said, Dilip, my problem isn't leads anymore. My problem is making sure I have enough people on my team to handle all the meetings being bugged. Think about that. 45 days earlier, he was losing leads, losing money, losing sleep about how to grow. 45 days later, his only problem was scaling up the team to keep up with demand. That's the kind of problem every business owner wants to have. And that's the real shift this system created. It wasn't just better numbers, it was a completely different conversation about the business. Now, if this is the kind of problem your business is still living with, whether it's leads going cold while you are stuck in client meetings, contact forms sitting in a shared inbox for hours, or your team buried in triage instead of doing the work that actually grows the agency, there is a better, much better way to handle it. That's exactly what I help businesses build. So if you want this kind of system for your own business, book a 30-minute discovery call using the link in the description. We'll look at what you are doing now, identify where the bottlenecks are, and map out what an automated solution would look like for your business or your company. And if you are not ready for a call yet, that's completely fine. Just message me on WhatsApp instead and tell me what process is slowing you down, what's not working, and I'll help you figure out the best next step. And if you want to connect with other business owners who are building AI automation into their operations, I have got a free community on School. The link is also in the description. It's completely free. You can just join it, introduce yourself to others, and let's build together. Either way, the goal is simple. Get you out of manual work and into a system that actually saves time, cut costs, and make the business run better. The businesses building these systems now are compounding an advantage that's only going to grow. AI-driven operations aren't some future thing. They are what's separating the businesses pulling ahead right now from the ones still doing everything slow and manual way. This is one of those systems. If it's relevant to you, the links are right below. And one more thing, the onboarding system template I mentioned at the start of this video, the same blueprint of the system I built for this agency, valued at $2,500, it's completely free. You can download this template from my School community, so make sure you join that community by clicking on the link in the description, and you can use it for your own benefit. And subscribe to this channel if you want to keep seeing builds like this, new systems, new problems, new results every single week. If this video showed you how to catch every lead, the next one shows you how to bring more in. I will walk you through the exact lead generation workflow that pulls qualified leads from multiple sources automatically every day without lifting a finger.